right. Well, thank you for being here. We're very excited to kick off the 2014 college football season on this coming Wednesday at the Georgia Dome against Abilene Christian. Our kids have worked really hard. They're very, very excited, and we are anxious to get to Wednesday evening. So with that, I'll open up for any questions. Yes, sir, Doug.
I can't believe you're not wearing a tie for us today, number one.
I'm sorry. I just had practice.
I assume that Nick Arbuckle is your number one quarterback. Who is going to be the number two quarterback, and do you expect him to play on Wednesday?
Right now, Ronnie Bell is working number two. I don't know if he'll play or not. You know, we'll make that determination later on in the week. He is performing well, and Amir Scaife is. We're debating whether or not that right now the plan with Amir is maybe to redshirt him. We don't know yet. We're still going to wait and see. We don't have to make that decision right now. Amir has all the talent in the world, but he is a true freshman, and it's a lot of pressure on a true freshman to go out there and start the first game and with the way defenses are flying around and rotating and changing looks, it'd be tough on him. So we want to kind of see how it goes and go from there.
What is your injury situation like headed into the first game?
We've got some bumps and bruises, but right now Kite Dallas is out indefinitely with concussion symptoms. I think Trent Hill will be out of this game. I really can't. I didn't bring in my injury report, but John Gene Bart is doubtful. He's doubtful. Wogamont is questionable. Our conference is going to the NFL standard, so Wogamont is questionable.
What does that mean?
That means he could play, or he might not play. It's questionable.
Is he practicing now, or is he still silent?
He's doing both.
Okay.
He's practicing and standing on the sideline. That's a good idea. Next time I'll make sure I bring in the injury report for you guys.
Coach, how did Ronnie, being starter last year, how did he handle being backup this year? And what is his mindset as you guys get ready for your first game?
Next man in. I mean, he's great attitude. Ronnie's a competitor, and he's preparing well and practicing well. And, you can't look at it as if you're not the starter. You've got to prepare as the starter. Anytime you're going to be in a world of trouble when you do or if you do go in. So he is preparing himself as if he's the starter, and we're preparing him, that way also. But, obviously Nick gets the majority of the reps.
Coach, I know first game's always a lot of excitement. Is there any extra bit, though, just being the first game and kind of maybe even, around the country, just people noticing that they're actually playing college football on a Wednesday night?
No, I don't feel any extra excitement because of that, to be honest with you. Our kids are just excited to play and go out and try to get the taste of victory and, put the demons away from their past. I mean, it wouldn't matter whether it's the first college game or the third or the 10th, or it doesn't matter. It's just a chance for them to go out. They're excited about getting a chance to go out and play.
Coach, do you anticipate, has anybody separated themselves among the running backs? Do you anticipate anybody getting more touches than others, or will it be kind of run by committee and whoever's doing the best?
By committee right now. Each guy brings something different. Christian is more of a speed guy. Duval runs well in between the tackles. Kyler Neal does a good job with the blitz pickups and out of the backfield catching the ball. So there's a little bit of mixture there, and we'll continue to do it by committee, which also allows them to stay fresher.
Can you just talk about the importance of getting this first game, a win in this first game, for the rest of the season?
Well, every game is important to us. Anytime you go out and play, our expectation is to win, and it has drastically changed our mindset from just going out and just proving that we can compete. Now we're going out to prove to everybody that we can win, and so every game's important. It's not just this game. This game, the next game, and the all 11 after it are very important to us. Any? Oh,
I'm sorry I do all that.
okay.
I thought you just. Coach, what challenges are Abilene Christian going to present you offensively and defensively?
Well, Abilene Christian brings in a winning mentality. They've had 8 straight winning seasons. They have won championships. They've been around for quite a while. They've got an excellent coaching staff. They'll be just as talented, if not more than we are. And so it will be a battle for us. They bring in speed. They've got a lot of returners on defense. They've got a really good running back. They've got some new transfers in at wide receiver. They are a very good football team that we're going to have to go out and play our best football to have a chance to be with them in the fourth quarter.
Who's going to start at wide receiver? I assume Robert Davis and Linquez Blair will be the 2, and if there's a third, it would be Avery.
Is that who you want? You're at practice as much as me. Yes, that's it. Robert Davis will be the starting X, and I think we have the depth chart. No, it'll be Robert Davis is a starter, and it really goes by what personnel group we send out. I mean, we could send out 4 receivers to start the game. It could be 5 receivers. It could be 2 receivers. It could be 3. And so it's, it kind of depends on what personnel group we're in on the first play.
Right.
We script our first 15, so, No. Yes, I will. I'll tell you the first play of the game will either be kickoff or kickoff return.
Coach, when you're coming off a year like last season, is the mindset different at a school when you're coming off 0-12 and say at an Alabama? I mean, do you tamp down expectations of the players?
Has Alabama ever gone 0-12?
No, I don't. But I'm saying is that obviously a little different, maybe a mindset when you're coming in, or is there? I don't know. I'm just curious.
No. Our mindset is that we have something to prove. I mean, we want to go out and prove to everybody that we can compete in the FBS to win games, not just compete against teams, and that's our mindset. But that'll always be our mindset. We'll always have that, hard nose, pound the rock mindset that we've got a chip on our shoulder and we want to go prove to everybody that we can play. By no means will we ever be a program, whether we win 12 games in a bowl game or we win no game. We'll never be think that we've arrived or think that we're just going to walk on the field and win. Our mindset will always be to bring our lunch pail and pound on that rock and try to go get victories.
For Panther fans who haven't had a chance to come out to practice, describe what they can expect of starting quarterback Nick Arbuckle. What will they see in a game situation?
Well, hopefully we see a composed field general that leads our football team, that can get us in the right plays and manage the football game. Doesn't try to do too much, to create and win games on his own. That runs the system, distributes the ball, gets us into the right plays and the right protections, and gets us into the right runs when we need to. So that's what we're hoping to see, and I'm pretty confident that Nick will do that.
I think last week you were still in competition on the return jobs. Have those been settled?
Right now, our punt returner is Donovan Harden. Our kickoff returners are Marcus Caffey and Glenn Smith.
Can you just talk about what they bring?
Speed.
And their effectiveness compared to Albert's, for example.
Well, you can't compare it. I mean, you can't. They haven't done it yet. Neither one of them have ever played in a college football game. Marcus Caffey's never played in a college football game, and Glenn Smith is a true freshman that's never played in a college football game. There's no way in the world I can compare them to Albert Wilson, who's with the.
Anything you saw on the practice field that might go, ooh, that kind of reminds me of
No, Albert's totally different. Yeah, these guys are different build, they different running style. They're different than Albert.
What are you hoping to see from your defense, particularly your linebacking core, as you get ready for your first game?
Great communication, assignment perfect, and an energy that's out of this world, flying to the ball and being very, very aggressive and physical. Communication is the key. Getting all the calls to the defense and the rest of the defense and getting guys lined up and making the right calls. It's huge.
How do you think with the kind of the revamping now, further revamping of the Sun Belt, how do you think you guys stack up and with some of the new schools that are coming in?
I don't know. I've never played against Georgia Southern or Appalachian State, so I have no idea. I mean, you know, we'll know that when we get the chance to play them. But right now, I mean, we haven't. That's not even a thought in our mind, to be honest with you. You know, we can't get past thinking about Abilene Christian. That's the only thing that we've thought about all spring and all summer and all camp. That's the only team we're worried about, and that's the next game. So I have no comparison whatsoever for those guys.
There's a handful of Panthers in NFL camps right now fighting for a spot. Talk about how that can continue to help build your program and the excitement level with the team, seeing guys like Albert and Theo Agnew in training camps.
Well, that's usually the ultimate goal for all these kids, is to get a chance to play at the next level, and seeing guys that were here in this program, in this building, and going out and having a chance to do that just gives them hope and shows them that, you know, you can attain your goal. But, you know, they're pulling for them, and it gives not just us, but Georgia State University great exposure. You know, anytime that, you know, you see Ulrich John with the Colts name flashing out there, or you see Albert Wilson on a return for Kansas City, and they say from Georgia State University, that's great for not just football, but it's great for the whole university academically and all athletics.
Last year, getting sacks and preventing sacks were two issues. What evidence have you seen so far in practices and scrimmages that those two areas are going to be improved?
Oh, well, we're a little bit more open with our defensive playbook, so that, you know, the blitzing, you know, you'll see we'll create pressure from blitzing, and I mean that's no secret. And a year more of experience up front, you know, all of a sudden now Shawane and Jalen and Tevin and Carnell Hobson and those kids are a year older, and Joe P's got another year under his belt and is going to be a true junior. So, you know, a better understanding of what we're asking them to do, and which has allowed us to open up the playbook more. So hopefully that's going to be able to create more pressure as far as protection. Hopefully the continuity of being able to keep the same guys out there together, and just another year in the system. I mean, you know, every game we went into last year, and you saw a different look. It was the first time they'd ever seen those things. Now, after a year, now it's, you know, they've seen it. And we've got some, you know, a lot of returning guys that have seen everything. And, you know, hopefully it just comes down to them executing the right way.
You mentioned being a year further on. Last year at this time,
We were still trying to figure out their names.
you didn't have your house ready, your family. You're a little more comfortable now, I'm sure, personally, with your expectations of the team and not having. You mentioned several times last year, we need to play at tempo. There are things that we need to do that we're not doing. We feel a little bit better about where we are now as opposed to last year with they hadn't gone through.
I believe it's light years from where we were last year. You know, just the speed that we can play with. If you're not thinking and you're just reacting and playing, you go a lot faster than when you have to slow down and think about, okay, when GPS is talking to me to tell me to make that turn, do I do it now or do I wait to the next, does it, you know, do I make that turn in a minute or now? Now all of a sudden we know the road, you know, so you can go a lot faster. You know, I tend to drive fast, so we like to, you know, we can go a lot faster and make those turns a lot smoother because we know where we're going and we know what we're doing. It allows us to not think about it and just go out and play. And I think you'll see a fast football team.
Coach, with a lot of young guys on the team and this being the first game, is there a concern that they may be a little bit too hyper or excited to get out there and some of those guys to play college football for the very first time?
I think that's going to be the case, even for the returning guys. Maybe for a few coaches. But that's what we're doing all week is talking about, keeping your focus on the things that really matter, not the result, but the process. Focus on the process, your preparation for the game, and everything you do is just focus in on your execution and not worried about get the excitement out of it. For some of them, as soon as they get hit in the mouth, the excitement will go right out the window. So it'll go, as once the game gets going, they'll settle in. But you want to just keep coaching them and teaching them that we've got to control ourselves. We've got to narrow our focus down to what we can control, what we have to do, the process, and not any results.
Talk about your two specialists, two experienced guys that have played a lot of football here, and just your confidence level in them to win the field position battle and knock it through the uprights.
Well, I have nothing but the utmost respect and confidence in Will Lutz and Matt Hubbard. They both are proven guys that can go out and kick the ball and kick it where we need them to kick it directionally and execute what we need to do. So, I'm fully confident in them. I'm also confident if Evan Pantel has to get in there and play, because I watch him kick and he's an excellent kicker also. And then Daniel Ziegler's taking over our long snapping duties, and I'm confident in what he's going to do. I have a lot of confidence in our players that they're going to perform well and in all phases, not just those guys. But when it comes to the kicking part of it, we've got two experienced guys that have done it and proven that they can do it well, and so that anytime that you have that, it brings confidence to you.
Is there going to be any changes to where your guys coach in the games this year? Is anybody who was up in the box last year coming down or anything like that?
I don't think so. I know there were times last year where we changed things up at the end to experiment with things, but we'll have on offense, Jags will be in the box. Brock Lowe will be in the box. Coach Tom Moak will be in the box, and then on the field will be Tim Lapano, Luke Heward, and Ronnie Fouch, and Harold Etheridge. How could I forget Harold? That's a given. And then defensively, Jesse will be down on the field. J.D. Williams will be up in the box. P.J. Volker will be in the box, and Jay Volker will be in the box, and then Shannon Jackson and Jesse and Liam Smith will be on the field. It's coming. It's coming. They're trying to get all the video stuff ready to do it. I'm not scared. Well, they kind of wanted to make it a deal.
Coach, being that there were corrections you wanted to make from last year to this year, are there one or two things that you really want to see more than others corrected for game one?
I want the ability to run the football. That's a huge thing for us. We have to be able to run the football, and we have to prove that we can go out and push people around and do it. You're talking about on the field stuff, right? Okay, because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of corrections you make, behind the scenes things and logistical things and coaching things. We change a lot of things. We always evaluate ourselves and fix whatever we think we need to be fixed. But the main thing to me is take care of the football more so than we have in the past. Hold on to the ball. If they don't have it, they can't win. And get it back when you don't have it, and make sure that we can run the ball and have some balance. We can't be a one-dimensional football team. Hey, well, I got the camera on. I want to say thank you guys for being here. But while you're out here, don't forget to spread the word, okay? Pack 2K, okay? We need PAC members out there. Pack 2K, spread that word out there because we need support. and we want to grow Georgia State University into a upper echelon team in the Sun Belt. And to do that, our kids are going to go out and put it all on the line for them, but we want support. We need members in the pack. We got a great drive going by a great group of people that are spearheading it. So join them. Pack 2K is a initiative by our pack group to get up to 2,000 members to join our pack, whether it's giving $1 or giving whatever you want to give, but joining the pack and being a supporter, and with the over 120-something thousand alumni in the greater Atlanta area, there's no reason for us not to grow this from 700 to 2,000 in a very short period of time. And everybody wants results, but we're going to lay it on the line. We want to see if we can get people to support, not just us, but all Georgia State athletics and what we're doing here. And it's a great time to be at Georgia State, and there's a lot of great things like Turner Field, Charlie Cobb coming on board. When you've got great people, you got a great product. We want to get people involved and spread the word to them.